So Shamsi is the name of the project.
Hello and welcome to Campus Voice 10 Beyond the Lab. I'm your host, Dickens Okini. In this series, we give platform to final year engineering students to share their projects and explain them in simple, everyday language. Today, I'm joined by a final year student from the School of Electrical Engineering who has been working on a fascinating project with real-world impact. Welcome to the show and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to join you guys here.
Thank you. So let's start from the top. You are in your final year. Congratulations, by the way. How has your journey been?
My journey has been interesting, full of ups and downs, a lot of socializing and friends and colleagues, and a lot of coding, a lot of hours in the books. But I'm glad I've got to this point. But to be honest, my highlight has been the project that I've been working on recently.
Oh, okay. So speaking of which, can you please tell us what your project is about and try to explain it with simple terms, like you're telling someone who has zero knowledge in engineering, and then you can tell us the name of your project as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. So Shamsi is the name of the project, and what it is all about is creating a cheap and cost-effective desalination and prefiltration water system for arid and semi-arid areas. Yes.
Wow.
So in essence, what you're doing is, since in arid areas, governments may find it expensive to pipe water to certain distant locations because of the low return on investment.
Yeah.
We come in and we say that we can develop something that can use already locally available water, but we purify it for the needs of the residents. Yes.
Okay. I think I've learned something new, but could you tell us why you chose this kind of project?
Okay. First of all, starting with the name, I think Shamsi, if you know Kiswahili, Shamsi Kiswahili Sanifu means, in Kiswahili Sanifu it means sun. So what you're trying to do is creating a
Artificial sun.
So it's not artificial sun.
Oh.
What the project aims to do is provide a lifeline to people living in arid and semi-arid areas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, that's amazing. So basically, it's all about providing water to people in the semi-arid areas.
Indeed.
Okay. I think they will be happy when the project becomes successful. So could you tell us how it works?
So the system has 3 sections.
Okay.
The first section is the power optimization section, because we want to use water from already available sources such as aquifers or by digging boreholes
Yeah.
to get the initial water. And since these places may not have electricity, we need power to drill the borehole and get the water from these areas.
Sure.
And we want to use solar. So there's the solar section.
So this power, the first part of the power optimization, you're going to use solar instead.
Yes, we're going to use solar because it becomes cheaper overall. Yes.
Okay.
Then this power will be channeled to a motor that will drive the water from the source.
Yeah.
And then the part where the magic happens is first in the prefiltration system, because this is already dirty water. So we need to have a system by which we need to cleanse, and from our test,
Yes.
we can do this by around 70%.
Oh.
And 70% sounds good, but you want to go a notch higher. So after water is channeled from the prefiltration system, which consists of 4 drums, and there's compacted layers of, I could go on and explain the components of each tank. Like, for example, the first tank has some layers of gravel sand, and coarse stone. This is to remove the physical sediments. Then it is then passed to a second tank. So from there, it goes to the second tank, which has charcoal. And charcoal basically has some chemical properties which will enable us to filter out the physical and also some chemical aspects of the dirty water. Okay, for example, I can mention calcium, magnesium. These are some salts that are in excess in such natural water. That is tapped from boreholes or aquifers, and we need to remove it to get it to some safe level. So then it is then passed to a third tank. This tank is just another, I can call it a tank to ensure that the whole system works. So it's more of a confirmation process. So it still has the additional coarse sand, it's coarse sand and fine sand at this point. And at the top, when the water fills up, there's some neck to further filter the water, which is then taken to a fourth tank for storage. Then from the fourth tank, it goes to the second part of the system, which is the desalination. This system now is the one responsible for most of the chemical purification of the water. And this is done by either removing the excess, or if some of the salts that are required for human consumption are not in that water, they can then be added in that water in that section. Yes.
Okay, that's very nice. So I think I've learned about the first, second, third tank. Anyway, we'll just review this and get to know more. So that sounds like a lot of work though. But could you tell us the tools and software that you use to build the system? Because it's not like something that you just went, picked materials, then you came combine. I think there's some kind of code, we had to test it if it's working, and stuff like that.
Yes. So I start from the power side. Okay. There's some software I use called OpenSolar. This is basically a system that enables me to size the system I'm about to use. For example, I might have a motor rated at, say, 5 horsepower HP.
Yeah.
And I might need some certain number of solar panels to interface it with to provide the required energy. So that is a software that enables me to do the calculations and even give me an overview of the costs that I'll incur in getting such a motor. Also, there's KiCad. There's a software called KiCad because at the end of it, we want to use a system that is enabling us to track the water parameters such as the temperature and the salt water levels. And we're aiming to use GSM modules, SIM cards basically, to transmit the data to either me, or the locals there that I'll have empowered on how to use the system.
Oh, you can use SIM cards to
relay the data. So once the system has detected or has measured some of the water parameters, it can then be transmitted to via SMS to an enabled phone. Yeah.
Okay, now that seems so complex, but I know since you're an engineering student, that is something very easy to do, stuff like that. Anyway, now of course you had to face, not that you had to face, you faced some challenges. Now that we had some strike that went on for about I think 3 months. So what were the major challenges that you faced while doing this project?
Challenges I faced was on a technical level. I had to train myself on some of these softwares, and that can really take a toll on you. You need to spend a lot of time.
Exactly.
You need to check a lot of hours into it. So, but that is part of the process. Another challenge, as I mentioned, this is from what I've talked about, you can see this is a scalable project.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a challenge in doing things like geological analysis of water tables, because you cannot just go and dig holes in a place where there's no water at all. And how do you know there's water yet you can't even dig? Yeah, so there's a challenge in getting the geological studies. Another challenge is pitching this idea to some investors become the challenge. While some are very enthusiastic about it, others might try to belittle it. Maybe there's the notion, I don't know if you're aware of it, there's the notion that for something to be impactful, it needs to be expensive. It needs to look very, very complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges you face. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that this project could be scaled. Do you see it going beyond the classroom? Maybe it can be something that is officially used. Maybe it's in the government, for instance.
Okay, so my game plan, or how I'm thinking about these things, is I'm not really planning to make it a government project.
Okay.
Rather, it's a humanitarian project.
Oh, that's
So I'm trying to put on board anyone who is interested in humanitarian projects. And these such partners have agreed to help us in doing the geological studies, that is one, and setting up this project in areas such as currently Turkana, okay, and hopefully in the future we might also get other areas, maybe Marsabit. But this is also according to the studies we have done, the geological studies. But this is a project that really can change lives outside the classroom.
Oh, that's nice. Now, let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to improve STEM learning for younger students, what will you change?
I think STEM learning is very key, especially in our country. And I feel like most of us either realize we like STEM at a very late stage.
Yeah.
Probably if you've tried so much, maybe by Form 4.
Yeah.
And that is, while it's commendable to us, but if you open your eyes and look outside elsewhere, you find kids in, say, China have been doing these things, have been coding a system like an Arduino since they were in preschool.
Yeah.
And you see, you cannot compete with such a person when you two are in the job market. So in my own analysis, I think STEM should be introduced at a very tender age. And I'm commenting the current learning model that is replacing the 844. I think this is more hands-on, and I think you'll be able to see this in effect.
Yeah, I think that could help. We could change the country by giving lessons to STEM lessons to our future generations at an earlier age, just like you said. So what would you say to the students who are about to start their final year projects, or the ones that are inspired to join engineering sector as they come to the campus?
I'll start from the basic level. If you are passionate about engineering is a very fun course, whether it's electrical, mechanical, or chemical engineering. At the end, they'll always converge. Like in this project, I'm an electrical engineer, but I'm not working on I'm not an island. I also have to consult with the mechanical engineer who will help me design the motor and fabricate it physically. And you get to enjoy all the aspects of engineering once they all come together. So engineering is very good. I also know some of you think it's lucrative. That's also true as well, but also depends on your hard work and effort. So I'd encourage those who want to venture into engineering to keep on the hard work. Learn some of these things on your own, because you learn most of these things when you practice them on your own. And then for the final year projects, the guys who are about to do their final year designs and projects, I'd encourage them to be humble. Let them interact with their mentors and supervisors in a friendly way, because these are the people who will channel your project into the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is that. So we wish you all the best with that. And thank you for joining us today. You've really made electrical engineering sound both practical and inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful as well to be in this session.
That was our guest Eugene, who joined us for the today's special episode of Campus Voice, STEM Beyond the Lab. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to share it with your friends and check out for more stories of innovation on campus. I'm Dickens Okinyi. Stay curious, stay inspired. Hey!